Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I'm excited to start a new series on my YouTube channel, What's New Wednesdays, where I'm going to do some unboxings, do some demonstrations, and check out some new products, tools, and anything we might be using in our craft room. So if you're interested in finding out what's new, stay tuned. Okay, so today's What's New Wednesday is so fun because this is a tool I actually got back in November. I've started using it. I'm starting to learn about it. I am by no means an expert yet, but I'm excited to share it with you. I kind of sneak peeked it over on my Instagram a few times. What it is called a Glowforge. So a Glowforge is a laser cutting machine. It's a really powerful tool. It's probably not a typical tool that you would find in an average craft room. It's something that I saved up for. It was an investment for me, and it can do so many things that take your crafting to the next level. I've used it for some big projects already. I've used it for some little projects, and I'm excited to bring you guys along to show you how the Glowforge works. And then I kind of want to hear your feedback, some things that you think I should be trying with my Glowforge. I would love to hear it. I'm excited to continue to dive into this tool. It's relatively user-friendly. So let me just give you a little tour. All right, here is a time lapse of my husband and I unboxing the Glowforge back in November when it first got here. It is a very heavy machine, so it definitely took two of us to get it out of the box. And you want to be really careful. It has lasers in it. There's some components that are a little bit fragile, so you definitely don't want to knock it about. And Glowforge recommends that you save all of the packaging just in case you have to ship it back and have some work done on it. That's just a safe packaging. So you can see I get it positioned and then we start unpacking and getting it set up. The Glowforge software, the ability to run the Glowforge requires the internet. You have to be able to connect the Glowforge to the internet through your computer, through Wi-Fi, that type of thing. So you definitely need all of those capabilities. There is a whole long setup procedure that you can go through as you're getting everything adjusted and connected on your Glowforge. It's a very cool machine. Now, what can it do? It has laser cutting ability, so you can cut through a lot of different kinds of material. I will primarily be using wood and acrylic, I'm thinking most likely, but you can use cork, you can use leather, you can use all kinds of stuff. You can cut through it. You can engrave on things. For instance, I made my mother-in-law custom leather luggage tags that had her initials engraved in them. You can put different types of materials in. Glowforge does offer what they call proof grade materials, which are specific materials sold by Glowforge that they have tested in the machine. They are covered with a masking that keeps the burning from spreading on the particular material. But you can also put in items of your own, for instance, leather journals that you buy or luggage tags, like I said before. You can even engrave on laptops. I haven't been brave enough to try that quite yet, but I think that is super cool. I've seen a lot of people that do cutting boards or they engrave on top of jewelry. There's just all kinds of different things that you can do and create. You can see right now we are connecting the vent. The vent is pretty much like a dryer vent. It connects to the back of the Glowforge, and then it must vent directly outside without more than two 90-degree turns. Now I'm trying to see where it's going to plug in. So in the setup that you see right here, I'm just using the vent that they sent from Glowforge, and then I am sending it straight out to the sliding door. That becomes less than ideal later in the year, and you'll see how I end up changing things around so that it's a little bit more doable even in the winter months, because with the sliding door open, it got rather cold in the basement. Here I'm just connecting everything, following all the setup. It was actually pretty easy. I was very nervous to get it set up. It was, like I said, a pretty big investment for this machine, but something that I've been researching and looking into for a long time. And the possibilities kind of seem endless for the things you can use it for. Like I mentioned before, I made a bunch of Christmas gifts this year with the Glowforge, and of course some things for my planner that I plan to share in the upcoming year. I'm very excited about what this machine can do. I'm going to show you a little time lapse of the very first cut that I created. Within there, there's a laser, there's a camera in the lid that recognizes materials, and they give you a suggested first cut of a little ruler. So let's check that out. All right, so here's where my Glowforge lives in my craft room. It takes up a whole table, but it's pretty sleek looking, which I absolutely love. The power switch is in the back, so I'm just going to switch it on back here, and you can see it lights up. I have a couple of extra things that I purchased and set up to make my Glowforge work just a little bit more efficiently, smoothly, quietly in here. The Glowforge has to vent directly to the outside. So if you place it by a window, you have a vent that comes out the back that you can put out the window, or you can buy an air filter system that would go underneath where your Glowforge is. And that air filter system costs about $1,000. It's a big extra add-on. What I ended up doing was we had a vent installed. So when I first got the Glowforge, I would open up the sliding door and prop the vent up in it. But as it gets colder, that's really hard to do. So we actually had what is equivalent to like a dryer vent opening installed in our house. The Glowforge is getting all powered up. And so it vents to the outside. What we did was I have this extra vent right here. It goes through this cabinet right here, out, and then directly to the outside. When you move this piece right here, you can see that I also have an additional fan. So the Glowforge is not necessarily very quiet when it's cutting, but there are some external fans that you can buy to help make it much quieter. This is the external fan that I chose. I'll link it down below just in case you're getting all set with your Glowforge and you're wanting to know. This has made it absolutely so quiet in here. I can definitely use my Glowforge with the door closed, filters directly to the outside, and it is quiet. I can watch TV, I can listen to music. It is amazing. I absolutely love it. So here's my Glowforge. You can lift the lid, and this is where you put the different materials. I thought I would do just a quick project with you using some wood that you could see just basics of how it works. And of course, I'll be sharing some different projects over time as well. Okay, so I wanted to just show you what it looks like when you log in to Glowforge. So all of the software runs from the internet. It's not software that you put on your computer. It runs from the web, so you do have to have an internet connection. There is a camera within the Glowforge that kind of takes a picture of what is happening. So this is actually a scrap piece of wood that I have put into the Glowforge, and then within this, it shows you where you can cut. So this is obviously one I've used before. I'm going to cut a few of these small pieces. These are charms that I'm creating for some of my patrons with their word of the year. You can see they all say intentional right now. We're going to change some of those. So I'm just going to click on this and then change some of these words around to match their words of the year. Let's try that. There it goes. And let's just move it back into the middle of here. And we're going to do this with all of them, and then I will show you what it looks like when I cut. Now that I am done setting up my design, I'm just going to press print over here. What it is doing is uploading and preparing my design, and then it will send it to the machine, and we'll go to the machine and press print. Okay, you can see we are at the machine. There is just one button to make it go. You press the button, it gets started. I will definitely record the process for you, probably speed it up just a little bit. It says it should take about 5 minutes to cut out those 9 charms. Let's go. All right, so once the machine is done, you just lift the lid, lift out your excess parts, and you have a bunch of these really cute charms that are ready to be added to and added to planners. They're so cute. They're so precise. It's just awesome. You can do so many things with the Glowforge. I'm so excited to explore. I hope you have enjoyed this little tour of my Glowforge. That's what's new in my craft studio this week. I have had such a great time. I've made ornaments, I've made storage pieces, I've made decorations, I've made journal covers. I've made so many things with the Glowforge already, and I can't wait to share more with you. If you have any questions or things you want to know, please let me know down in the comments below. If I don't know the answer, I'll definitely look it up for you. If you by chance are interested in picking up a Glowforge, I do have a link in the description box below. It will save you money on your Glowforge purchase, and it will save me a little money on future material purchases from Glowforge. So I'd appreciate it if you use that link. Otherwise, I would love to give a shout out to all of my Patreon members. Thank you guys so much. It's going to be a great 2023, and the Glowforge is going to contribute to that. If you haven't checked out Patreon, then head over to the link in the description box for this video and see if there is a tier that might work for you. Otherwise, I hope that you all have a fabulous day. I'll see you next week for What's New Wednesday. Otherwise, as always, keep it creative.